This tutorial is for 4th grade, Module 1, Lesson 6. In this lesson, we're going to use place value discs to help us add and subtract. The directions say use number discs to find the sum or difference. Write the answer in standard form on the line. The first problem says 10,000 more than 605,472 is blank. Well, we're going to start by looking at the number that is written in word form. I'm going to show this number on the place value chart using place value discs. Let's think about 605,000. 605,000 means that I have 600,000 and 5,000. I'll put 6 discs in the 100,000s place to show the 600,000, and then I'll put 5 discs in the thousands place to show the 5,000. Next, I'll show the 400 by showing 4 discs in the hundreds place. 72 is made up of 7 tens and 2 ones. I'll write the 7 tens in the tens place and the 2 ones in the ones place. Now the place value chart shows the number 605,472. To that, we are going to add 10,000. All that means is I have to put a disc in my 10,000s place. This is the 10,000 that I added to our original number. To write my final answer, I just need to show what my place value chart is showing. I still have 6 in the 100,000s place. Now I have 1 in my 10,000s place, 5 discs in the thousands place, 4 hundreds, 7 tens or 70, and 2. That means that 10,000 more than 605,472 is 615,472. The next problem asks what number is 100,000 less than 400,000 plus 80,000 plus 1,000 plus 30 plus 6. And again, let's start by placing this number on the place value chart. 400,000 means I have 4 discs in my 100,000s place. 80,000 would mean that I'd have 8 discs in my 10,000s place because 80,000 is made up of 8 groups of 10,000. I need 1 disc in my thousands place. I don't have any hundreds, but I have 30, which is made up of 3 tens, and I have 6 ones. Now, what number is 100,000 less than the number shown on our place value chart? To figure out that, I just need to cross off one of my 100,000 discs. That's taking 100,000 less than my original number. So now I have 3 100,000s, 8 10,000s, 1,000, no hundreds, 3 tens, and 6 ones. 100,000 less than our original number is 381,036. The next problem is asking us to compare 230,070 to 130,070. To help with the comparison, I'm going to place the first number on the place value chart. So I have a 2 in my 100,000s place, 2 discs there, and I have 3 groups of 10,000, showing the 3. I don't have any thousands or hundreds. I do have 70, which is 7 groups of 10. Now that's what the place value chart looks like for our original number. Now, how would that compare to the second number? Well, the second number only has 1 in the 100,000s place. To show the second number, I would have to cross off one of my 100,000s. The rest of the digits match. I have 3 in my 10,000s place and 7 in my tens place. That tells me that my original number is 100,000 more than 130,070 because I had to take discs away to show the 130,070. The next question says Lucy played an online math game. She scored 100,000 more points on level 2 than on level 3. If she scored 349,867 points on level 2, what was her score on level 3? And we can use pictures, words, or numbers to explain our thinking. I'm going to start by writing my answer statement. So the question is, what did she score on level 3? I'll say on level 3, she scored blank points. Now let's take a look at the problem. We know that she worked on two different levels. So we have level 2 and we have level 3. We also know that she scored 349,867 points on level 2. And the amount that she scored on level 2 was 100,000 more points than what was scored on level 3. That tells me she scored less points on level 3. And level 3 needs to be 100,000 less points than level 2. Well, in level 2, we have our 3 in the 100,000s place. If I want to go 100,000 less points than that, that means I would have a 2 in my 100,000s place. Everything else would stay the same. And that tells us on level 3, she scored 249,867 points, and that is 100,000 points less than she scored on level 2. In the next section, we have some addition and subtraction problems, and we're going to rely on our place value understanding to help us find the sums and differences. The first problem asks what is 10,000 more than 40,060. Since I'm adding 10,000 to this number, it means my number in my 10,000s place is going to go up 1 unit because I'm adding one more group of 10,000. That would give me an answer of 50,060 instead of 40,060. In the next question, I'm actually subtracting a group of 10,000. Again, I will look at the number in my 10,000s place. I have two groups of 10,000. If I take a 10,000 away, that would leave me one group of 10,000. Everything else would stay the same. Next, I'm adding 1,000 to the number 999,000. Well, if I add one more group of 1,000 onto this number, it is actually going to take me to 1 million because that would give me 10 in my thousands place, and then that would give me one more group of 10,000 where I already had 9 groups of 10,000. That would give me 10 groups of 10,000, which I would then move to my 100,000s place, and that would give me 10 groups of 100,000, which is equal to 1 million. In the next problem, I'm subtracting a group of 100,000. Well, I only had one group of 100,000 at the start, so we'll just take that 100,000 away, and that leaves me with 29,231. In the next section, it says that 122,000 is equal to 22,000 plus some number. Well, if I went from 22,000 to 122,000, that means I must have added 100,000 to the 22,000. And our final question says 38,018 is equal to 39,018 minus some number. Well, if I started with 39,018 and I ended up with 38,018, that means I must have subtracted 1,000 because 38,018 is 1,000 less than 39,018. The last section asks us to fill in the empty boxes to complete the pattern. We have a group of numbers here with some boxes in between. I'm going to take a careful look at my numbers to figure out what pattern I see developing. If I start in my ones place, they each have a 6 in the ones place. and they all have a 5 in the tens place, a 7 in the hundreds place, an 8 in the thousands place, a 9 in the 10,000s place, but then in the 100,000s place you can see our digits are changing. Here I have an 8, in the next box I have a 7. That's my clue that my numbers are going down by 100,000 each time. So the next number would be 698,756, followed by 598,756, which would make sense because the last number is 498,756. Now let's go back to the start. If our second number was 898,756 and it is 100,000 less than the first number, that means my first number must be 998,756.